Hey, what's up, guys? It's Ravyn Rochelle, and I'm here on the Zach Nichols podcast. Make sure to tune in and watch the full episode. We are talking about 38, 39. We're spilling all the tea that I've been brewing up for you guys. Make sure to watch it.
Bam! Here we are.
Welcome back,
Gang, gang.
San Francisco.
to the Zach Nichols podcast. I'm here with my co-host, Mr. Zachary Nichols.
First of all, don't ever use my full name ever again.
The government.
Don't use my government name. And second of all, are you rude?
I am rude.
Ladies
because
first.
I have not
You
introduced
dick.
the queen of this episode, star of Challenge 38 and 39, Mrs. Ravyn Rochelle, in the
I don't know
building.
where I look, but hey.
That's your camera right there.
Mike, hit him. Hit him with the cheers.
Yeah, give her some more.
Give me the proper. Make me want to.
Oh, I didn't hear it.
Oh my gosh.
Never mind. That's on me.
Speaking of that, so Ravyn got here a little bit before you, and then she went to the bathroom, and me and Michael looked at each other, and I was like,
We can say, I know I've been squatting. I've been working on my squats. Summertime, fine. You know what I'm saying?
stunning in real life. So
Aw,
to see it up close, they know all the fans. They wanted me, I got some questions. We'll get to all of them later.
Michael,
so.
get him something to clean up the mess he just made.
Oh, I'm drooling everywhere. I'm drooling
It's nice.
everybody.
It's nice. I like
Pierre
it.
needs a bib.
You are, hey, she is just my type. So we're gonna get into all things Ravyn, but first we do want to talk
Wait,
about All Stars.
He is single too.
Oh.
Well,
I told you my relationship drama.
we did. We'll,
I just laid it all out on you when we were.
I did. So whenever I meet a girl that I like, I do one of two plays. I either go really aggressive or I do the gay best friend. We're gonna hook up in 6 months play. So that's the one I'm taking.
It definitely gave best friend.
Well, when you hold your hand like
not
that.
Sure.
Not
sure.
No,
we're not
seriously.
He was like, "So, what's the tea?
Yeah,
What
how's your
happened in
man?"
Miami?"
You probably should go.
I was like, "Bleh, word vomit."
You know what?
There's chemistry here.
Holy shit.
I'm just
Wait,
kidding. All right.
Stop.
It's been a long time since I've been a third wheel.
Yeah, right. Okay, so we're going to talk about All Stars 4 and all things Ravyn Rochelle. So first of all, okay, now we know that you have a friendship with Laurel, and she's been...
Wait, why are we jumping right into that?
That's how we get into it, because the very first scene we see her, and I think you described it as they were kissing. Her and Nicole.
Oh wait, we're talking about the last episode.
The last episode, the one
yeah.
that we just watched.
Yeah.
So right away, they show Leroy kind
they're
of
like-
backing up the milk, and then they show Nicole and
They're
Laurel.
jacking that mic up for
Yeah.
the smooches. It's like aggressive.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like it's really not that loud. The sound guy's like, yeah, you know what? This is disgusting. If I gotta listen to it, so does everybody
It
else.
has to
Crank
be.
up those mics. They're like-
Right.
Yeah, it's gross.
Laurel's like, and I didn't go in because I get to say goodnight to you, and you really like that, don't you?
Seeing Laurel like that, so
Ooh,
soft,
muscles.
is honestly so crazy to me.
It is, right?
It's so crazy, but I honestly love to see that side of Laurel. I'm not sure if I like to see it coming from Nicole. I don't know how deep it goes with them.
You bite
but-
your tongue when you talk about my friend Nicole.
And my friend.
Well, listen, I don't know much about Nicole, but I know that I love to see Laurel happy. So
And I agree with you. At one point in my life, if you asked me, give me 3 people that might end up killing you, she was one of them. And seeing her like this, I'm like, no, check her off that list. Thanks for the Snickers, but
No, she ain't. She ain't killing anybody anytime soon. Laurel has found peace, but
no, I'm saying if there was someone who was going to do it, one of 2, 3 people, she was one of the 3.
there was a point.
There was one other person who's still on that list, and he will forever be on that list.
I have to ask you about that. So talk about your relationship with Laurel. How did you guys meet on Ride or Dies or before that?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I met Laurel briefly on Ride or Dies. I mean, granted, I wasn't there very long. So I didn't really get to know anyone. I kind of isolated myself on 38. And
Why?
well, I was extremely heartbroken and just bitter about my situation with my Ride or Die. And then I got
Yeah,
really
it came
sick.
off like that.
I don't think so.
It came off like you were listen.
I was jealous.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was thinking
jealous and mad.
I was thinking stage 5 clinger.
You know what's crazy?
okay.
Let me give you your stripes and your stars. 39 completely erased that for me, and I realized. But you also realized he gave you a line to get there, and he gave you could tell
Yeah.
because you were like, wait, what? But yeah, you should have just snipped that real quick and moved forward.
Yeah, I mean, but I just knew 38 was going to be such a big experience, and I do know that I like to be in control of a lot of things, and when things don't go ideal, and I'm kind of thrown off off guard. I'm like, oh shit. And then also though, to top it off, after that first challenge on 38 and
You won it. Yeah.
I did win it, but I got extremely sick. Like I was really
Oh, you got
really,
you got an infection.
yeah, I got fucking cow shit in my lungs. Like the mud and the water and like us diving in from the balls. Like
know exactly. I got an infection on the inside too, and I almost had to get my arm amputated.
No,
Because I just chilled with it for like 2 weeks. It was like, why is my elbow just growing exponentially? So it was from Thailand. So yeah, I had ingested something and I got an infection in my elbow.
And you were extremely sick.
Yeah, I couldn't swallow for like 2 weeks, and I was like trying to tell them that. And they were like,
What?
"You're fine. You just have acid reflux." And then when I got home, like my arm was swollen. Wait, it was this one. It was this one. It was swollen, and it was like the skin was starting to peel.
Oh my God.
And my dad was like, "Hey, you might want to get that checked out."
Right, like-
he's like, "Get out of my house with
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Get that thing out of my house."
Boogeyman.
And
Yeah.
that's just also what made me more bitter is because I was so sick and Johnny would only come and speak to me like once, like, how you doing? All right, cool.
Oh yeah,
And
but
then, like,
he was in
leave.
the honey pot.
Yeah, and I'm
he
just
was like Winnie the
fuck
Pooh. He was
off,
like,
bruh. I was so
yeah,
oh,
he was snacking.
it was giving very much honey.
There were snacks on that.
Have you seen Hook? The movie Hook?
I have, yeah.
You know when they're like doing the fake eating? I literally just had a flashback to that. Yeah, literally.
So
anyway, so you just were out. You needed
Yeah.
that comfort. You didn't have it. So you
Right.
felt alone.
right. So
And then you felt like everyone had a bad, probably perception of you.
No, because I mean, I still, regardless of how I felt, like I was like, all I can do is compete to my best ability, and that's what I did. Even in the elimination, ultimately, like I was still highly upset, but I gave it my all.
That was the one. It was like almost like a hall brawl, right?
Yeah.
And you were just pushing the other. That was a pretty intense one.
That when I still have fucking like foot damage from beating my foot into the
Because you went against
metal
Olivia
fence.
and Horacio, right?
Just Olivia, yeah.
Yeah, but no, but that's the team.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Your partner wasn't a very big guy either.
Well, Johnny's not. I mean, Johnny and Horacio. Johnny was actually bigger than Horacio
Oh,
at the
really?
time. Yeah, like beefy wise.
Oh, beefy, but like height wise.
No, they're about the same height.
Really? He looked so.
Horacio might be a little taller, actually.
Horacio was a very well built guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes. It's put together.
Freaking.
So that was a battle, and then you are undersized.
Yeah.
In that, yes,
yeah.
for sure.
And like I was.
I'm not
literally-
saying anything bad about Olivia. I don't want.
No, she's just a
We
bigger
were
girl.
similar. Like it was a great matchup, I think, between me and her. But,
was.
But my shoes literally slipped off. Like they were sliding out
What
of
brand? Let's give them
They
a
were
shout out.
Adidas.
Oh shit!
They were Adidas, but-
they let you wear Adidas.
Well, it was Adidas, the brand that was sponsored that
Oh,
season.
Adidas sponsor Ride or Dies. I didn't know that.
That's
I'm
amazing.
pretty sure.
Was it like could have been Reebok?
Oh no. I'm sorry. Under Armour.
Oh, it was Under Armour?
Sorry,
Okay.
it was Under Armour.
Oh,
Okay,
they
so
still sponsor me at that point. That's who sponsored me. I'm like, if they canceled me and went to Adidas, I'm gonna be so pissed.
Oh no, I actually wish we had Adidas, but no.
Yeah, with the flower. I don't like the 3 lines. I'm a flower guy. If I'm wearing Adidas, it's gotta have the flower.
No, Adidas is the stripe.
Am I right? No.
It's both. It's both.
Well,
It's
you're
both.
younger than me.
Back in the day, the Adidas flower was iconic.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, I know. Okay, I
Yeah.
know the flower. I know. What
Yeah.
you're
I'm the
talking about,
flower guy.
You are the flower guy.
I am.
So I never got to
Pedal
talk
soft,
to
baby.
Laurel.
Yeah.
Me and Laurel didn't really speak.
Okay.
And yeah. So back on subject here.
Oh, yeah. That's how it goes here. We talk about whatever we want, whenever we want.
So fucking random.
It's the Zach Nichols podcast. Whatever Zach wants to talk about, we talk
It's
about.
I
Great.
have ADHD.
It's fine.
I struggle
Me
with
too.
it. I
love
do.
it. I love it. But so me and Laurel didn't really get to hang out. But when my dad was diagnosed with cancer and I put out a GoFundMe, she donated a large amount. And I didn't even speak to her at the time. I didn't we had no really connection or friendship.
I think that's really important that you said that because I think
Yeah.
Laurel's getting some hate right now for
Mm-hmm.
a lot of her actions, and people would say she's not a very like kind and giving person.
No,
but you
but
just said
she
she
is.
had very rarely spoken to you.
Yeah.
But when you needed someone, she. So
Laurel's
that's
a
important. I
great
think.
human
I think
being.
there's gonna be a lot of hate coming her way. I think we're gonna make a lot of jokes, but I also want Laurel's a beautiful person inside and out. And
She
even though she
is.
struggles with things,
Yeah.
there's things like that she does that should be highlighted in times like this as
Absolutely.
well.
Yeah.
And for those that want to say that we're not going as hard on her, we can talk about her actions on this season and some of the things we agree with and disagree with.
But that's nice to hear.
But we know I've personally in my heart have seen the things that she's done for people to give people light, to
Yeah.
give people hope. So for you to shed light on that, which by the way, prayers for Pops.
Yeah, thank you.
For
she
sure.
didn't know anything about you. She didn't really know you that well either.
She didn't know me at all. We never spoke. And then when I saw it, I was just blown away by her generosity, and I just thought that was incredible. And we stayed in touch ever since then, you know, because we lived in different states at the time, but ever since then I was like, wow, you know. And she's also she went to school for veterinarian medicine. So, you know, I think she has a big heart. And I also know that you can be judged for making decisions because at the time you're in love with someone. Like you don't think, like you're thinking in a love situation. And I really think, you know, things would be different if it was someone else other than Nicole. You know, it's hard. It's a hard it's a hard battle. But I do know Laurel is an amazing person and she has a big heart and she's great.
Well, that's great timing.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. And
Absolutely.
so did Laurel. That doesn't mean her kissing Nicole and the noise is not disgusting. It's
Right.
still
Yeah, and it also doesn't mean that she might, you know, maybe warranted, unwarranted, maybe mistreating Cara. We don't see everything, but that's some of the things that we see.
There's a
so.
phrase, right, that says, just remember you don't, like when you see someone, it's like that picture, you know, and then like behind them's all the shit that they're dealing with. And so like, just remember that sometimes that
Right.
she spoke about what had happened to her on our, you know, here. So it's like, maybe she's in a high pressure situation and she's lashing out. Everyone lashes
That's
out.
all it is. That's all it is. Like,
And
we all
it's not
have
right.
tempers.
I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying like,
Yeah.
To understand
I think,
it.
okay, people were giving us, or me in particular, some hate for not being harder on her, but we also sat here and talked to her for hours and she told us what had happened to her in her past and in the trauma or whatever. And so I'm like, ooh, like I kind of, you hurt for someone when you're like, you kind of understand why someone would lash out after what she told us.
For sure.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
And so it's like, I don't really, she's getting a lot of hate. Like, I noticed also like it's to be hated on. And trust me, like, there's going to be plenty of that coming her way. So,
For sure. I mean, hey, we've seen it.
Thug it out, Laura.
I'm just
You
saying
got
from
it, girl.
even just from the Cam stuff, she's been getting probably just absolutely roasted from Cam fans.
Absolutely.
Cam fans
Yes.
go hard, not as hard as Cara fans, but Cam fans go hard.
Speaking of Cara,
Oh, Cam fans.
Yeah.
Cam, yeah.
yeah.
I was like, camp? What camp?
Oh, Cam, yeah. Camp Dearborn, baby.
That's right. They then show Camp Dearborn. That's an insider. That's insider. All right. Then they
Those who
show
know.
Cara giving Ace and Jay some advice, basically saying you need to get a fucking star immediately, or you're not gonna go to the final. Same thing. Ryan. They had these conversations, and he talks about who he would want most in elimination. He says Jay. You know, they show Steve. I'm sorry. Well, not Steve. Steve has a star, but Adam, Ryan, Derek. They're all in a similar position where they need one. So
Adam's got one.
yeah. Oh,
Doesn't he?
Adam's got. Oh yeah. At
Adam's
this
got
point, he's
one,
got
yeah.
one. That's right. That's right. That's right.
How about Adam?
Yeah. That concludes the free preview of the Zach Nichols podcast.
So go to Patreon and subscribe to see the rest of the shit that we talk.
Go do it now.